We've got lots of Scorpio happening right now. Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. So in this video, I want to investigate who is Scorpio, the powers of Scorpio. Where does it hit? How does it affect us? How is it reflected out in the world, in our own lives? So welcome to another episode of Music in the Stars. Let's dig into it. For some reason, Scorpio often comes with a reaction of fear, a reaction of, whoa, Scorpio, okay, why is that? What does that have to do with? I personally love Scorpio. I love Scorpio energy because to me, it's the most shamanic of all the signs. What do I mean by that? The shamans are not afraid to go into the depths, to go into the emotional, murky waters that most people are afraid to go into. And they'll dig in there, they'll go deep, and they'll pull out the diamonds. They'll go into the darkness, into the mud and the muck, and they will find the gifts and find the truth and find those jewels in there and bring them back to not only help themselves, but help us all through the magical discovery that Scorpio found. So that's what Scorpio means to me. Of course, it could mean many things to you, many things to others. But let's look at the common thread. Scorpio has to do with transformation, transmutation, life, death, birth, rebirth. It is an intense sign. It's that a lot of that intensity has to do with what I just spoke about, of going into those murky, deep waters. It's uncomfortable in a way. There's a certain magnetism to the Scorpio. And I'm talking about people with a Scorpio sun. Of course, Scorpio energy can come through depending on what planet is in Scorpio and what house, etc. in your chart. And we're going to look at a little bit of that right now because, as I mentioned, Mars is in Scorpio as well as Mercury in Scorpio. So we're going to investigate that in a minute. But right now, let's talk about the sun in Scorpio. The sun, the core radiance within the truth of yourself, shining out, shining forth. There's a magnetism to you. There's an intensity to you. There's a part of you that is unafraid to surf those emotional waters. And because of this, that gives you a superpower. All you Scorpio folks out there, you have a superpower that is somewhat deeper, somewhat mysterious, more so than others. Yet there's also a secretive nature to the Scorpio. So this could be conscious in the sense of you don't show all your cards. You know the cards that you have. You know the power that you have. You're not going to show that. You're not going to play that to the world because you're going to hold it close to your chest. Show it when you need to. Yet there could be another level. It could be more subconscious or unconscious even, to where you have these powers, but they haven't quite come to the surface yet. It all depends on how deep these things are buried, but you do have the skills to go in there and dig it up and look at it and share that with the rest of us, which would be awesome because the rest of us need to know what it is that you can see. What is beneath these waters? What lies in those depths? Scorpio can help us understand that. So when you look at a sign, the first thing I do is I think, okay, Scorpio, what planet or planets rule Scorpio? Mars and Pluto. So right away, that's going to give us more clues of who this sign is and how it might reflect through our sun. Mars, willpower, strength. And as I said, Mars right now is also in Scorpio. So it's very comfortable in this sign. It rules this sign. Mars is powerful. Mars is the warrior. Mars is our intention. Mars is what motivates us. It is literally the motive power moving us in the world, moving us through this life experience. So it's now in Scorpio. That motive power could be motivated by a search for something deeper, a search for new meaning, a search for a transformative power within ourselves, likely a desire for change right now. Let's look at it in the sense of the cycles of nature. The fall. It's perfect Scorpio time. It's the time where the leaves, they fall off the trees, the flowers bloom, and then they die. This is a time of death. Let's look at it in the tarot. Scorpio, the death card is the card for Scorpio. Regeneration, rebirth, but it's not an end. This is so important to remember. With Scorpio, you can see the cycles. You can see the ebb and the flow, that wheel of fortune spinning. Never ends, but things come and things go. Things rise and things fall. Very much Scorpio. Here in Mexico right now, Dia de los Muertos, it's coming up. The energy is buzzing right now with the Day of the Dead. Hence my shirt here, Day of the Dead. Perfect Scorpio reflection. An honoring of the ancestors that have come before us. Not having fear to go into the cemeteries and offer food, offer drink, offer gifts to the altar of a life through the doorway of death. Very Scorpio. So that energy is vibrant right now down here. And I love how the Mexican people celebrate that in a way that is not fearful. There's no fear of the underworld, but rather an acceptance and an honoring of the beauty of that. That, my friends, is Scorpio. Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto. Pluto, the depths, the darkness, evolution, transformation. Transmuting poisons into medicine, very much a Scorpio power. So there's so much to look at. For every sign, there's so much to look at. But with Scorpio, it's just a little extra something in there. A little mysteriousness, which is magical. That's what I love about it. Mercury, also in Scorpio. So let's remember, who is Mercury? What does Mercury represent? The intellect, the mind, the power to articulate thought, the power to communicate and express. So that is also happening right now in Scorpio. Let's tie that in. Intensity. Words could be very penetrative right now. They could cut deep. Be mindful of what it is you want to say. At the same time, say things that need to be said in order to transmute whatever situation you might be in. This is a beautiful time for that. Use your skills, use your power to communicate, your power to articulate your thoughts in ways that transform life, in ways that transform relationships. So if you blend that, the power of the intellect, with the power, with your willpower, with your strength, with your motive, energy in the world, extremely powerful. This is a powerful time to go deep, be brave, dive into those emotional depths, celebrate your life, honor those that have come before you, celebrate the past, build altars to the other side, and give offerings to something mystical, something magical, something mysterious. Lean into it. Don't be afraid of it. It's a spiritual time. Go into that spiritual nature of yourself. Articulate it. Do it because you want to. Do it because it inspires you. Embrace this Scorpio energy. Embrace these Scorpio times. And transform your life and the life and lives of those around you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me, listening to my depths of Scorpio inspirations. Please subscribe to my channel down below here. I really appreciate all your comments. I appreciate all of you being here. And I hope what I have to share helps you in some way. Please reach out at any time. I'm here, sending you so much love. Thank you.